back to another fantastic playoff games. I will be your color commenter today, Flambo Jammo, joined by our co-caster and producer, Trey.
Hello, hello.
Uh, Today we got a rematch from last week between the Athens Axolotls and the Gorp Gamers. Big stakes for this game as the loser is out, and the winner will be having to fight against the Cantaloupes, which is a pretty tough competitor, um, if I do say so myself. But that's what we're looking at for next week. This week, right now, all that matters is who you're facing off against, and I'm hoping to see a lot of great action. The last match between these two, again last week, went to a 5-map series and was won out by the Gorp Gamers, who are actually in the smaller seed today. So I'm looking forward to this number 3 seed Athens Axolotls versus the number 6 seed Gorp Gamers, and we'll see what happens. Big shout out though to the video crew. They have supplemented us with some team intros. So without any further ado, we're gonna launch right in and show you the Athens Axolotls.
Pardon any lagginess on the videos. If you want to see them in higher quality, you can watch on the Gopherwatch League YouTube channel. But here are the Gorp Gamer Syndicate. And that is the Gorp Gamer Syndicate. As you can tell, both teams are both been fairly dominant overall in this season, but we are actually joined here by Fedora as well now.
Hello there, I am here to relieve Trey if he so needs from his casting duties so he can focus on his prod, so it's now myself and Flammo Jambo back on the cast once again.
Huge.
So hello everyone. This should be a pretty good match. I mean, I probably mentioned before, but it is a rematch from their last week, but both teams down quite a few players. So it should be interesting to see both of these teams at their full strength.
Yeah, that's true. I know for sure the big one today for the Gorp gamers are missing Mikey. I think had a prior commitment today that he had to attend to. So, I forgive me because I can't really tell looking at him. But who are the Axolotls missing today?
Axolotls. They should have everyone, I think.
Okay, big. I just wanted to triple double check here.
Yeah, Frobble said I returned from Riddle that Frobble would be a little bit late, but it looks like with this delay, he should be fine. So we should be probably going in maybe soon, unless I just want to wait a bit longer for Mikey to finish his Pizza Pirates thing that they've been having.
Pizza Pirates are currently in a game. He might be able to show up for a third map, but he'll be for sure out for the first 2 maps.
Understood. Alright, I assume we're good in the prod, so I'm gonna give him the prod R. So we can get this started. We do also keep in mind, we do have the funny comp coming in from the Axolotls with Riddle onto that tank and the Yeetmeister, Riddle onto the tank and Foodles and Yeetmeister with their DPS duo.
That's a look that we don't normally see very often, but I'm kind of excited. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what the Axolotls can get done on Ilios, which is their map pick today. So,
Last time they played here, the Axolotls did win it with this comp, with this comp specifically, if I'm not mistaken. So, interesting to see that this quirky, unorthodox comp with a bit of off-rolling just coming pretty strong for them. You have Riddle onto that ball, Mighty Dwarf onto the Hog. Keep in mind also, their highest SR player in Frobble is not in right now, so I believe this is like a 2.7k average comp.
And you know, nothing better. They're just keeping Frobble warm, right? They don't want him to get too stressed, too crazy out here. You know, they have faith in this comp, and I have faith in that comp, and I think they can really pull something out here.
Indeed, you do see the mirror of the Hogs, Casimir, Lucio mirror, but I believe Muffin might be doing a bit of the funny, looking for these boops in the pit. Strudon's Donna trying to just stay alive, probably against this. Not much to really pressure out Donna. Should be fine here as we go in.
What are your thoughts about the Ball versus the Sigma here?
I mean, Sigma's more independent. Should be. Well, I mean, both are pretty independent, but we do have the fight starting. It looks like they do get engage as they start pushing in here. Stun onto the Hog, but it looks like Yeetmeister is the first to fall.
Speedy finding that pick on Yeetmeister. Genji in trouble. Gets picked off by Speedy as well. Definitely those Hyperspheres doing a little bit of damage as Crazy Flames finishes off Riddle and the pretty quick point capture. Oh, and a late kill onto Muffin Lumps here for the Gorp gamers.
In my opinion, these comps just look like a standard West Coast type of comp game. You just have the ball and the Hog locking it down, or a off-tank player who actually just wants to play something to help the team a bit with the Sigma and the Hog. I mean, it just looks like, oh, we have a Hog, well, I guess I'll just play for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. The issue is with this point specifically, with what they're running, it's kind of hard for Ball to get a lot of good engages with all these stuns around here, but we do have the sleep onto Speedy. I don't know if they can really do anything with it, though.
I think a little bit of the hard part here, especially for the Axolotls, right, is with this Ball Hog comp, and they're facing down the double hit scan. They're gonna have to really. Oh.
Let's get the stun
Forces
off
out the
and
vape
take a
Mighty
breather.
Dwarf. Ooh, big hook onto Riddle, and he will
gets him in the pit. First of Hog though, Foodles does fall as well. 59% build. Oh, that
sleep onto Amelia and the boop
Goodbye.
into the pit by Muffin.
This is
could be contestable for the Axolotls here as they're trying to slowly make their way, but Frosty finds Heat in that on the cross map snipe there.
Yeah, it does not looking too good. I mean, they might be able to stagger this out. You do have.
Ooh, big hook onto the Flom Dog by Mighty Dwarf.
Ooh, big sleep onto Frosty. Can they get something with this though? Yeah, Roger for the hiding from Xera from the other side. The hook just barely misses.
Oh, and the Ajax onto Muffin. Oh, that's so tough to see.
Unfortunate. You do see the swap Eatmeister onto the Hanzo character. Maybe just looking for a bit more pick potential from him. Because he's been kind of checked on these flanks he's been going on. But you have a lot of ults coming here. You have your Nano Blade, you have Whole Hog, you do have mines as well. In comparison, you just have the Flux. Flux, maybe you're looking to try and catch this Nano Blade, but they have to touch first. They should be able to get the touch here. Rock is already used, so there's not. It's once done. Mine's gonna be engaged for this. There's the Flux, but it doesn't go for the blade. Oh, it's just a dry blade. He's gaming. There's the late now.
Riddle does get picked off by Amelia there, but Frutal's meanwhile in the backline finding those kills. Blondog, however, finds Strudel. That's a lot of healing now gone for the Axolotls, and they're gonna have to win this fight quick.
Should we do it?
Oh, that hook will definitely help.
Gotta make sure they don't get C9 here. Muffin's still looking for a few more boots, but it doesn't look like he's gonna be able to find them. And Frutos does get the late click on kill on Frosty.
This is gonna be tough though, because it's one fight territory for the Gorps here. They have both support ults for an engagement, and a lot of no ults really even close for the
Frutos does get caught off
here.
by etc. there. Trying to go a bit too aggressive. You also see Strudel swapping over to this Baptiste. A bit more lamp to save himself, but then you don't have the sleep or the NT for the Hawk now. You do see Riddle in their backline trying to get their Mega. He does get their Mega, so but Cage's fight is coming in, and just Strudel really contest it, so the gamer should get Cages for free while Axel just try and play Coast side. You do have Amelia flanking, but he's met by that hook. Oh no, that hook, that's so unfortunate. Strudel does fall.
And both supports are caught behind the Gorp gamers there and will unfortunately fall.
Gorp does fall as well. You just have the DPS and Real Dog alive, but the lamp is used. He should be able to get maybe a good roll through, but he is stunned. Dragon is used onto that healing field, but he just can rotate around it. It does not look like they're gonna get a good touch, and first point of well should go in the favor of the gamers. Bit of trolling.
Yeah, a little bit of silliness coming out there, but I mean, I think it was definitely a very, I think the Sigma definitely came in a little bit stronger there. Granted, of course, Riddle more well known for his support line, right? And Speedy is very good on that off-tank role. But I think a lot of the lackage for the Axolotls there was just kind of that consistent kind of damage coming out. The team unification was kind of a little bit off, right? We saw the Gorp gamers there, Crazy Flames putting in the damage, etc. with that soldier or Cassidy coming in and getting that poke damage through. And I'm kind of liking the Doomfist pick actually here, trying to get up close with those that hog
You
Sigma.
also have Frutos taking the Widow duel against etc. and he does win it. So big opening pick for that, but then you have Eatmeister getting hooked by Amelia, so it trades itself out. But you do have the return hook and lamp invested, and you look at these picks going in favor of the Axolotls here. That opening pick from Widow is pretty good, but I mean you traded, but then you're just able to force out lamp and find a few other picks. But the hook again does get Maedorf in, but the lamp is used to save him, and Riddle is trying to get out here. I think Sarah does find Muffin Lumps though, and Riddle falls as well. Who's just still on this far background, just trying to see if he can find a few heads. Getting spanned out by Crazy Flames on the Hanzo, but his position is revealed to Xera if he decides to take this duel. Neely trying to just force point here.
Another big pick by Elliot.
Strudel. But you do have Eatmeister Genji chasing Xera into his spawn, and he gets out for now. I think he still dies here, right? No, wait, he's gaming.
Surely.
Never mind, he's gaming. the Reinhardt player still making space on Genji, and you do get the Horhog Force. Does get.
And that's an early BAP death there by Frutals onto Frosty.
Where did he go?
Oh
Where
my
is he
god!
going? Where is he going? And Riddle Dog spawn camps, etc.
Oh, this is truly.
I mean,
some gaming.
And Amelia just gets able to find Muffin Lumps on that bridge, but he should be able to get killed here and does not get this point. So they do get that build up.
And a late kill on the Hog as well. Pretty big for the Axolotls.
I think here though we're gonna go into the comments for the Axolotls to see how they try and plan this fight out.
Like to push left side with Sig and draw time.
They're going. Sig's pushing main right side a little bit. Bap's going left side though. I'll go on left side. I'm on Sig here.
They're back main,
Sig half. Yep. I'm able to mine this here. Using mines.
I forced the I'm gonna go into their Genji.
Cass is one.
Nice.
Oh, he's back up.
Push him back a little bit.
Wait, their Cass is.
Cass on point. Discord.
Hogs.
Yeah.
Hogs.
There's the comms check for Axolotls. Pretty, not the most active, but they're still just, the comms are clear and they're able to just concisely do stuff. I mean, you do have the blade coming out.
Drive
Into
the
the-
lamp is forced.
Breaks lamp though. He's gaming. He does find Flom Dog out of that lamp, and they still find Etc. on the cast. They're just surrounding them. This is just fully deathmatch. Their comp just derives it in deathmatch, and I don't think Fruitals has left this high ground.
Yeah, not really facing any pressure, right? Though
Fruitals is big chillin'.
Crazy Flames opting to get a lot of this poke damage onto the ball and the hog,
Into
right?
the last fight territory as well. You do have Etc. swapping back onto the Widow. Does grapple up? Does he? He just get the shot on the Fruitals. The lamp, the flux is used. Does catch two of them, but you do have the transfer answer. A lot of ults being pressed here from
Both
the gamers.
support ults.
Oh, Muffin has to be careful though. He does jump over the hook. He does dodge it, and Riddle Dog does find Etc. with Fruitals finding Speedy. This is looking really good for the Axolotls here with this chaotic comp just favoring them. James does find Muffalumps. He does have his blade, but they gotta
Blade
be
comes
careful.
out by Crazy.
He does get the Genji, he does get the dash reset, but he falls right after. And it does look like this is going to be a point win for the Axolotls. Frutal is on the Widow. He's got that West Coast aim, you know?
Yeah, he's got his little.
He really was just standing so far back, just chilling.
The invisibility cloak was working well for him, I think, that round. I mean, again, of course, Axolotls looked a lot better that round. I feel like they were playing a lot more cohesive. The picks, again, by Fruitals, kind of insane.
Picks by Fruitals, and also Riddle going to their spawn after he gets the pick to spawn camp whoever Fruitals just killed. That's a very interesting thing, but you do see Speedy back onto the Sigma. So back on what they did on first point with this Soldier as well and the cast. Beatmeister trying his Doomfist once again. Fruitals onto the Tracer. Nope, never mind. Beatmeister back onto the Genji with Strudel onto Zen, Muffin still on the Baptiste. Just to see how this point favors which team, because this high ground could be a bit annoying to try and contest as Ball or Tracer. But you do see him trying to roll up. You do get him inside. Never mind, he falls down and he gets hooked. He does get out though.
But a huge hook by Mighty Dwarf. Won't find anything of it, but it does pull stave off some of that aggression by the Gorp gamers, and they will find Elliot and Flom Dog.
The main issue here is you don't have your hit scan on this high ground. You just have your Sigma and your Baptiste. So your team's gonna split off from your Baptiste healing, and there goes Amelia again, falling very easily. Fruitals farming up this pulse as well.
And you would expect, right, looking into these comps, right? You would expect kind of the pokey Cassidy and Soldier, right? You would expect them to have some pretty high ult charge already, right? Granted, Crazy Flames doing work and Elliot doing some work. Mighty Dwarf has 80% ult charge. Granted, Hog,
Amelia also does have like 75%, so
yeah. But let's look at Muffin Lumps and Frosty as well. Muffin Lumps is 75% of the window. Frosty's at 35 now.
That's mostly just positioning because Frosty's team did not play this high ground where you would kind of want to stay with Sigma, but you do have
big roll by Riddle
going straight through cages, and just getting that hook. But the big roll through indeed. If he doesn't get anything else, he takes some CC. He might fall here. He does get hauled away. Lamp is used, and Mighty Dwarf barely does not fall off the map. Hook is used, trying to get someone on high ground. You do have these DPS just chilling cages. Window is used, and you must just fall, but Fruitals does return it. And you have the hook off the bat by Mighty Dwarf, but the swap does go in.
Point does flip here, but I think it's still favored for the Axolotls. I think
still have both ults here.
That finds and Pulse Bomb.
Finds Flom and just get the cleanup, and that's a really fast flip. Just giving them the bit of space, clearing off anyone who's not on point, and then going back to point and killing off those tanks and that Lucio.
Now that's more time that the Gorps are gonna have to wait, right? That's their main front line now, having to take that long walk back from spawn. Granted, they do have the Lucio, which is a little bit nicer, but...
So again, you do have them take this high ground, but the hook ground onto the Hog. Breather is used, Lamp is used, Slam. Let's try and get him off. And the blade into Visor, and he dodges the Acid Flash. That's a Fruitals moment. I mean, that was a Yeet moment. Never mind, that wasn't Yeet, that was
the Reinhardt coming out.
That was the Reinhardt. You're trying to make space, but the Heineken does find Fruitals, and it looks like this point will go back, but you do have Riddle able to stall maybe a little bit, try and get the wall jump, does not get it. And they just have to back a bit. Muffin does die late though, and you have Yeetmeister swapping onto this Doomfist character.
And now,
bit
once
stuck in
again,
the
we
back
can
line,
see
though.
the...
Strudel able to find Crazy Flames.
Riddle's on a mission.
Fruitle's almost back up to this post bomb once again. And Eatmeister's swapping over to Cass now. Also trans, but the
Another
hook once
big
again
hook
onto
by
Amelia.
Party
Whole hog
Forces
is
out the
forced
whole hog
and
from
lamp.
Amelia.
Lux
Lux
is
comes
used.
out as well by Speedy. Trance is there to answer. It does find the pick on Fruitles.
Dorf is just walking down main, trying to just find an opportunity, but no opportunity is found.
But
This
right-
point is building up, and Strula and Eatmeister are found below the gamer's high ground.
And that's where positioning, you know, we were talking a lot about how well the positioning was for the Axolotls early game, and now it's kind of tough for the Gorps. They almost did a 160 there. I think half of the team of the Axolotls were playing almost behind the spawn of the Gorp gamers there, while the other half were committing ults.
What is Riddle doing? Riddle's trying to spawn Crazy Flames, just gives him ult. But you now only have Crazy Flames on this high ground, so if you can try and get it, you don't really have anything to die with them right now with your ball missing. But the hook.
We're looking at a
onto
last
Mighty
fight
Dwarf sends him off
territory, and
map.
that ult is, or that hook is huge by Amelia.
Riddle's gonna need to try and get the point, but he does get hooked. Pulse onto Crazy Flames on high ground, does take him out. Riddle's looking for touch, he does get touched, but he gets stunned, does get his recall to save himself. Lamp also used. Often kind of in a weird spot here on point. Deez does get booped off, and I don't think they have anything else to touch again.
It does
Looking so good for the Axolotls, but eventually the momentum turns to the favor of the gamers. That is map 1 for Gamer Syndicate.
And I mean, a lot of life breathed by those axolotl gamers there, right? They were close almost every single fight, and you know, I think really this could be another 5-match series of these two teams. I mean, and again, this is, you know, all these players are fantastic, right? But this was with Frobble on the bench, right? The guy's pretty good at the video game. So, where do you want the Axolotls to take the gamers here?
I think they just go Kings Row with Eatmeister back on tank. that's kind of their playground.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I believe in Eatmeister's supremacy, as all the cool kids like to say. So how do you think then, if you are the Gorp gamers, if we are sent to Kings Row, right? You're facing down the Eatmeister Rhine, the Riddle Baptiste, right? Probably. What changes do you think you would make? How would you approach that if you were the Gorp gamers here?
I think the gamers just kind of were forced into more chaotic comp. Maybe they're not truly perfect with that type of comp, but I feel like if it's more traditional style, it may favor the gamers slightly. But then again, Axolotls always bring their own chaos, so I don't know.
And I think that will be the buzzword of the day today of these matches, right? Chaos. Which team? I mean, of that first map, I think we definitely saw a whole lot of it. Which team is able to have productive chaos and really just make just gaslight the other team, right? I want to see some Doomfist shenanigans. I want to see some, you know, trips in the back line, getting those picks. I'm looking forward to it. And, you know, I think if any team is going to do that, I'm looking at the Axolotls.
Yeah. But you do see swaps with that. Frobble is now in Maedorf onto that DPS with the Mini Moon and Riddle Dog support line. And no swaps coming in from the gamers.
So now we also need to watch and make sure, because again, Frobble, if he's on that diva character, he wants that remat kill.
He does want that remet kill.
So I guess we can agree that we're probably going to see the traditional rusher brawl from the Axolotls, correct?
Yeah.
Do you think
100%.
Gorp gamers just match that, or do you think they're going to try to again utilize their poke, utilize the crazy flames, etc.?
I think they might do a version of.
Nope, they are matching the Axolotls. With actually Muddy Dwarf on the more pokey aspect, pulling out.
It was also swapping onto.
Connor, are you still with us?
Yes.
All right, perfect. I think you cut out there for a second, or I cut
No,
out
I'm
for a
just
second there.
doing other things. 1 second.
All right. Well, I'll do some casting here while we go. Elliot stays on the Widow here, looking for the picks up in upper hotel. Both teams now meeting on point. Big Maywall will cut off Frobble and Yeetmeister. Both lamps committed by the teams. But there's a lot of pressure by the Gorps here onto this point.
Yeah, you also have this Widow who has a very far sideline, but you have Fruitles on the flank. He might be able to get the Baptiste, but he doesn't have flash to try and flash fan.
Another big bubble by Frobble is huge there. Just keeps him alive.
Let's make sure they touch.
No barrier. Oh.
No touch is gotten, and you do just have the cleanup here. They have to back up pretty quickly. Make sure they don't get any staggers. Maybe get out Zarya with energy, but it does not look like they might be able. They're not gonna be able to do that. All these people following 2 crazy flames with right clicks. Once again, you do have the massive ult buildup. Frost already with his ult. Widow at 90%. Still trying to get out from Frobble. He does get past the Maywall, but they're still chasing.
This is a lot of space for the Gorp gamers to work with. They're now able to just hold up here, get this payload cruising, right? Amelia has Shatter, Frosty has Window, Crazy Flames has Blizzard already, right? I think the second point should realistically be pretty favorable.
Blizzard, you don't have to to eat that, so it's just kind of free. Frobble might be able to
caught
get out
out.
here.
Yeah.
They punish Amelia though. There's no shatter. He does get punished. Brutal's on the flank, trying to catch up, etc. That is a massive grab, but once again, you do have the lamp there and the wall.
Oh, and Fruitle's in the back line. Finds 2. Frobble gets Ellie on the front. Mighty Dwarf is speedy. Oh my god.
And that's just a flank diff. Fruitles takes the opportunity to walk behind.
And that's where we're seeing that productive chaos, right? Who would have expected the Cassidy to just come around in that back end and get 3 picks?
And you do still have a good amount of ults. You have both tank ults. You have both support ults from the gamers. Whereas you just have your DPS ults. I mean, you are building your beat, so you should be able to beat this grab if you show desire. Might not be at the damage fall up to clean through it. There's the grab.
There's the grab.
The beat. No, lamp is used, but oh no.
Well, and now Elliot and Flomdog are in the back line. They're just doing what Brutals did.
Probably would have wanted to use beat there. The lamp is fine for the rest of the team, but it's on the other side of payload, and Mania Moon is stuck on the opposite end, not able to really be in that lamp's effective radius. You have Message still alive, but he's staggering himself. Only beat left for the gamers though.
I do think that while you want to bleed, Mania Moon was still only at 98% when that grab came out. So I think that's some just really strong target focus by the gamers there, noticing, hey, the Lucio did not beat. They're probably going to have it soon.
Comes in,
but
just walled off, but he should be able to get out here, perhaps. Stun onto Amelia, falls dangerous low. Probably just pushing down this wall. Mighty does fall though. Just gonna spam out this Reinhardt. And he does finally fall. Be careful these boots playing the position though, as they just pressure them back and just force them out. Might be able to catch etc. No, Yeetmeister falls instead. That do get etc. eventually.
That's that power of the Cassidy, right? You saw the silly little flanks, but just in general, that flashbang. If the Reinhardt doesn't know where they are, if the Cassidy is in a little silly spot, like etc. was standing there, that flashbang, you could have all the heal in the world, but you're gonna be kind of left out to dry.
You gotta be looking for this Blizzard though. Probably gotta be careful with these. Oh, never mind. Fruito's on the flank. Does find Crazy Flames. Grab is used as well. Should be able to swing through this lamp. You gotta break the lamp. You gotta break the lamp. The shatter. The
big shatter.
Q.
Speedy will get out though. I don't know how much charge they have. About 50. It was just fine. Got the save.
We do have an update right now for the score of the opposite game, the Ringers versus the Quokkas. Ringers are up 1 over the Quokkas, and it is halfway through King's Row. So interesting to see there. See how that match goes. But do you have Blizzard committed?
Blizzard comes in.
Falls a bit late, and Fruito's once again on this off angle.
Again. Big slam by
tire.
The tire by Mighty Dwarf is there.
Xera does find rules, but I don't think it really matters. Just you already have that.
Just window though left for the Axolotls there. A lot committed for that fight.
Yeah, indeed. You gotta be careful. You kind of want to play around a corner so you can lamp safely. and not have the lamp be broken very easily, so he can survive this grab. But Yeetmeister sniping Crazy Flames with a Fire Strike here. Gonna want him to force back. You have your own window to try and take this space if you really want. You might be able to catch someone if you do so. Just be a bit careful. Frobble also building up this grab pretty quickly. Frobble's flanking. Frobble's flanking as full energy like half energy Zarya, and he's caught out. He's gonna be his team needs to push in and help him. There's the grab. Frobble gets stuck.
And the window. Oh.
Frobble does fall, and that's a piece of press. That's just unlucky. That was a dangerous flank from Frobble. Just unlucky timing, whereas their team pushes back his Pasha's exit, so he's able to get off his flank quickly enough.
That was all of the ults from the Gorp gamers there. Now just looking at an Amelia Shatter coming up soon. But I think the grab as well as Tire, everything coming back up soon for the Axolotls. But that pick by Crazy Flames on a Fruitals definitely staves off a little bit of the aggression.
Pressure the shield so Yeetmeister can get his Shatter off. There's the Shatter, and there's both Shatters. Bubble does block it, but grab and Shatter both used, but they're able to sustain off of it. There, be careful this grab. This dragon, Riddle Dog does fall because due to it. Oh my goodness. Yeetmeister gets stunned up. He does fall very quickly, and all this Tire though. The flank noon!
Gosh, now Brutal's just trying to clutch out, but
Attempt to grab. Moira swap is made, but I don't know if they can touch. They do not. They get booked off.
and what a huge bubble by Speedy there. Right, the Grive and the Shatter come out by the Axolotls. That bubble, I'm sure is intentional, and full credit to Speedy. Perfectly tagged onto Elliot, who's in the front of that bubble there, blocked all of the damage, all of the Shatter, and they were just able to live through both of those ults, and just and with the pick onto Fruitals by Crazy Flames at the start of that fight. The Gorp gamers just saw, look, they use their ults. Let's just go. Really well planned by them.
I think the ult combo as well, using Grav and Shatter at the same time, probably not the best. It was kind of desperation at that point. You see Fruitals Frobble onto the Hog, saying he decided he can't do more. Fruitals cheesing the sim right now. Interesting to see if they maybe do the TP Bastion statue and be a bit quirky. Crazy Flames back onto that Mei as well. Mayadorf, never mind, on Reaper, and Fruitals taking his turn at the Widowmaker.
So I wonder if we can maybe do a comms check here for the Axolotls. See how.
Now, I think we go in for the gamers. See how they calm with their defense here as this round starts up.
Gonna basically walk out and wall, and like then we go. Like that's
giving away our stretch.
What's third person?
you're holding your shield.
Like
Just holding
right
your
click.
shield and then right click. I think
Yeah.
It's left click.
I feel like we've been sonicked.
that's fine.
Correct. But
We just have to call a direction. They're on. I'm pretty sure they're left.
sounds
Alright,
yeah.
alright. They're going high ground.
Oh shit! I missed the bubble.
Hog.
Field. Push. Value.
Big
I got
value,
pinned.
value.
Got you. Oh my god!
Nice. Just do that again.
Alright.
Really early hook onto Amelia there, but it wasn't enough. They just kind of used Lamp and just lived. Amelia already up to 80% to that Shatter. Lots of build up from that cleave, but once again they're sonicked again. They just have to be careful where they want to go. Trying to move through the choke all at one. They're just gonna rotate through the hotel, so they can't fight them there. Hook is used though. Watch out for this wall. Wall is used, but it's
Mighty
off the
Dwarf
mark
is still
barely.
on that off angle, trying to find the picks, but I
Gets
think they
stunned
just get
and
cut
he
off.
dies. Hog on the flank, misses the hook once again. Is being pressured out. Lamp is forced committed.
Shatter
They're
is blocked,
blocked. But the pin does
but
find
the
it.
pin does not get blocked. And now the Axolotls have swapped the defense.
Hook. Dragon committed as well into Hotel. I don't think that catches anything. Riddle Dog also trying to find a late pick here, but they're just staggering themselves. Frutal is still alive back here.
Finally gets killed by.
Mayadorf does find Frosty, so if they can do a quick regroup here, they might be able to get back.
Their main healing is gone now. You have a window coming up by Riddle. Frobble getting close to that whole hog.
They gotta go. Frosty's pretty much already back, and he does have his window. There's the window from Riddle Dog, but it's walled off pretty efficiently. I'm gonna do the Shatter. Chief can build it up and get a Shatter off, but he has to be careful. Blizzard is used onto main. So Master is free to try and use the Shatter. He does snipe, etc.
Let's get a big Shatter. ends up getting both supports and Frosty on the ground, as well as Amelia. So it looks like it will be a flip here, or a capture for the Axolotls.
Bravo trying to bait out Crazy Flames, but he just walls himself off. Maybe he can still catch it still, but he should still have Ice Block. He does just miss the hook though, so Ice Block is not needed. Bravo must be careful not to be pushed into this room. He does have Hulk if they decide to though.
Now we're looking at this grab coming out, right? Another big wall by Crazy Flames.
Here's the whole log to push him out. Can't really fight them in there now. Might be able to still catch Crazy Flames. Pushes. No, he just gets out. Grab is used as well. Lots of cleave in there. Beats used. Shatter's used. High Noon's used.
Everyone press Q.
Everyone press Q. And they do get the cart into the arches, but Etc. finds another pick after all of that onto Mighty Dwarf. You have both DP ults here, and Fubris has to get out because they're gonna try and stagger him. They do decide to back off after that.
Now Gorp's committing both tank ults there, right? So, Frabble also committing his. I'm looking at this Blizzard, right? That's kind of
Dragon is used, and Frabble is cut off, but the beat is canceled by Tire. And their Yeetmeister trying to bail out his Roadhog. He does get it eventually, and just gotta clean up this Mei. You do cancel beat there, but you do use both your DPS ults, but your tank ults are almost online once again. So you don't have.
Sorry, go ahead.
You don't have beat anymore for this Blizzard, so that is pretty guaranteed to get value. You can just try and isolate this hog on the flank if you so desire. Just make sure you don't get hooked after it.
Axolotls are able to have all this pressure here, right? They do the window to try to maintain a little bit of this space, but you know, Wall very easily able to block that aggression. But
there's only one
should
point,
get this
so
cart progress around the corner, hopefully for the Axolotls. There should be a contest.
Falls very quickly. Blizzard should be committed here.
The fadeaway does get Flom Dog.
The Blizzard is a bit too far up, so it doesn't catch the front line, only back line.
Window's forced, but this is a very separated fight right now.
Frabble still in the back does find another pick onto Frosty, and Mydorf does clean up finally onto Flomdog with the concussion mine. You do have Yeemeister getting bad spawn though, so you will have Mania Moon going back to Taxi.
And we do see some switches here for the Gorp gamers, with Elliot swapping onto the Ashe and Crazy Flames onto the Hanzo.
Bit more poke, able to utilize his high ground, and you don't have really anything except for like maybe a risky conk jump onto the high ground or Hanzo trying to contest himself. But not really much there. You have three, as you see, you have 3 per second high ground.
Ooh,
and Mania Moon falls really quickly. This high ground is going to be really impressive for the Axolotls.
Lilia has the shatter.
Oh, but the snipe!
And the
should be able to catch a Speedy. Dragon uses
Dragon's
well.
committed. Crazy Flames does find riddles. That's a lot of healing. So if they want to take this, they need to go in now. Oh, big hook onto Amelia. Shatter is blocked by Yeetmeister there.
Dragon is used as well.
The Dragon response by Crazy Flames will find Frabble, and the Axolotls are going to have to back off.
Indeed, but once again you have grab online from Speedy along with almost Window, whereas on the opposite end you have Tire and Window and yourself and not much else, except for maybe beat. You may be able to get beat if you take a good enough poke early on in this fight. Just have Lucio trying to heal it up, but not guaranteed.
We'll see a fight.
Only finds low and Crazy Flames does find
Frutals.
But the snipe!
Dog picked off with the snipe and the hook. Big picks, they need to take advantage. Oh, the pin gets etc.
Grab is used onto my
gets
He
hooked
should be
by
able to stay alive
Frabble. They're
if
in danger. Lamp is forced. Heart.
Fire is used, cleans up 2 of them.
This is anybody's game.
2 minutes
Big
left in the bank versus 1 minute 36 seconds. But Axolotls win the scrim. Once again, another score update from the Ringers and Quacka's game is now tied 1-1.
Boy, I'm big fan of Quacka's v Ringers. That was another game that went to 5 last week. So
I mean,
got the rematches.
Did it? I don't remember. All I know is the pause time was actually just painful.
I want to take a quick look here at the stats right now of both teams. Just absolutely ridiculous numbers being put out.
Pretty even in most
sides.
categories.
Yeah.
The main thing that's the difference is you see Flomdog's damage versus Mania Moon's damage. Other than that, Amelia with a bit more damage, a bit more shield blocked, but I mean, there's not really much to compare. Xera once again starting off on this Widowmaker. Frutal is going in with his own Mei, and they're going to start in Hotel, it seems.
I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a great series. I'm telling you now, 5 maps. More Overwatch! Bat chesting! I heckin' love Overwatch.
Be a lot of splash damage and control coming in from this Junkrat if they get the Maywall off. Just be careful not to get Maywall themselves. Xera also swapping onto the Ash. Maywall is missed. But the Maywall on the opposite end is hit, and you gotta be careful. Master is caught off slightly, but he is fine and gets out. The pin does miss as well, and Mayor does find Flumdog, and Master snipes Frosty with the fire strike.
Supports now. The massive wall.
Oh, but Riddle does fall there, so be careful. And he is walled off. The Junkrat might be able to find, the Mei does find Deepmeister. But they have
Those
to back.
are a lot of, that's 2 big picks by the Gorp gamers here. They recontest fast.
They should just try and back here and just wait for their respawns to try and take this fight. But looks like they're not deciding to, and they just wall them off to stall. But Frutal's is going to block back here. They also just swapped to Pharah, so there's nothing really to deal with that except for maybe Frobble and this flank. Maybe try and get a hook onto it. But he's just fought too far out. Even does find Crazy Flames. These fights are going in very fast. It's getting another pick, but Mini Moon does fall to the Pharah. But it does look like another fight win. Going to last fight territory, and you see the hook onto the Pharah.
Now we're down to last fight here. No ults available for the Gorp gamers. Meanwhile, the Axolotls have Shatter, Tire, and Window at their disposal, and will probably get a Blizzard and a Whole Hog.
You do have Blizzard from Crazy Flames, though, and Window to try and zone them off this main corner. And the Blizzard to try and catch them off through Hotel. But you do have Mayorf looking for the flank on the Reinhardt. There is the Blizzard. And the Tire. Oh no.
Oh no!
He gets cancelled.
The Blizzard was insane!
Whole Hog is used. Might be able to force him off to force a C9. The Blizzard as well.
Crazy Flames stuck in that Blizzard. Frosty as well. Behind that window. He's putting in work. Finds 2. Finds a 3rd with Elliot there.
The Pharah is just able to just do a bit too much, live it too long. You do have the respawns.
Forces out the barrage. That could be big.
You do have Frutal swapping onto this cast now, but he does get good spawn. Only one who gets bad spawn might be Yeetmeister. No, I think he gets good spawn. Barely? He barely gets good spawn. Frobble gotta be careful not to be... They do also have the Mercy, so no more speed for the Reinhardt. Frobble is going for the very interesting flank here, see if he can get an early pick and have his team going off of it. He is scouted by Crazy Flames, though. Just have Beat online. Frobble going back to his team as well. See what they want to use here. They do have Grab. Gotta be careful with that. You want to maybe say Beat for it. Ball's used. Beat is the response, though. And onto
Big
Yeet.
pin by Amelia onto Yeet, and Lamp is forced out by the Gorp gamers.
Yeet's pinning from the flank. Doesn't get anything, but the hook.
That's 2. Oh, my Mighty Dwarf with the fadeaway snipe! And that is a very winnable condition there.
Very winnable. They also slightly larger time bank, so they can play it a bit more safer as well, if they so desire.
So I want to see some actually, you know what, Frobble, I don't know if you're stream sniping. It's time for that remake kill.
It'd be kind of quirky, but the main thing you gotta be careful if you're the gamers here is you don't want any late spawns. If you get any late spawns, it might just be GG. If you lose first point, that is.
We will see the Reaper and the Mei as well, so definitely trying to look into this full brawl.
Yeah, they're definitely just front-loading their damage, but Fruitals once again see if he can get an early pick. I don't know if it's gonna be possible. Might just stay behind Rhine Shield.
And my eyes right now are on Mighty Dwarf. I think I believe he's on a UGC team, right? Or he has like his own team.
He is on. I think he's on the Sailors with Riddle Dog.
And Mikey just now coming in, so he will be available in the next maps. But I think Mighty Dwarf definitely.
Riddle's on the Doomfist.
Oh, here we
Riddle's
go.
Fist.
I'm ready.
They're probably just expecting this. Yeah, they're doing the same rotation. See if they can be walled off. They do miss the wall. But the wall should be here to respond. Does miss again. Udo's already in. He's showing for the punch onto the Reinhardt. He just meets a bubble. You have Frobble on this flank. Does find Quam. Is able to get out. Maybe he's being chased by the Reaper.
Lamp comes out. Expended for both teams. But the
He does find the Reaper. They're still They're forced back. Riddle in an interesting position. Back at their arches. York does fall. There's flipping the map, but they do have the Lucer coming back. Gotta be careful. Frodo's already back in. Just gonna meet the Reinhardt once again and should fall. What is going on in their spawn? They gotta be careful. They don't want to stagger these fights out too long. They only have a certain amount of time. Yeet does find Amelia though, but
Bravo on point gets the Baptiste.
But there's a Reaper once again, trying to force them out. They gotta be. Wait, they just come back with the speed. Axera does have his Blossom up online pretty soon. He does TP out though, and finds Mighty Dwarf.
Oh, the
few seconds
funny
remaining.
bombs.
Does find it with the funny bombs. You do have both DPS ults for the gamers and almost both tank ults. Window as well with not much. You almost have most of your ults except for Beat and Meteor Strike though.
Oh,
And that snipe
pick.
onto Mania Moon.
Oh.
Punch in as already just hard inting. He's gaming.
There comes a that's a big fire strike though. Chunks down both tanks. Frosty is picked off the back of it too.
Crazy Flame's chasing Riddle Dog. He might be caught here, but you do have Extra trying to come back with him. Does force out the Wraith, but Frobble does fall. Tires used as well. Do they have Lamp for it? Does not get sniped. He does get two.
He gets two.
Grab using the does find Mighty Dwarf. The Shatter's used as well. Does get Shatter. And the wall stops his charge. He does fall, but it is finally in overtime. Be careful not to die to that. Can't see 9 though. The Shatter is here as well. It's so free. The Maywall is used, trying to force him out, trying to get back to point. Does die. The Shatter is used, and the Blossom should be there to respond as well. Might be able to clean them up. Gotta make sure they stay on point. Does fall.
Oh my god, what a
What was? Huh?
I don't know how that happened.
They just gotta be careful. They don't see 9. There should be a lot of late spawns here. They're down 3. Frobble looking for more as well. They just have this beat. Frobble looking to see if he can catch anything. Does not get anything. Gotta be careful not to be caught up himself. Frutal is also looking for any other late spawns. They do get the BAP.
Oh, and the pick on the back.
They have 2 in cart, so they should be pushing pretty quickly.
And look how far away the rest of the Gorps are.
They do get back though, so they should have one fight with beat. Window is used. If they get 3 in cart, they might not be able to get there. Ball is there, able to respond. Both ults all used. Wait, where's the Blizzard? Oh, it's back there. Frobble is frozen. Pulse is used. Does catch the Reaper. Frobble finds 2, and the tire for the cleanup. It does look like this map will go in the favor of the Axolotls.
And we are at 1-1. All right, I'm looking at it. I'm in. I'm invested. This is gonna be, I'm telling ya, map 5. And so I couldn't talk. I was gonna invest in some Mighty Dwarf stocks there, but the fights were so fast that I couldn't really finish what I was saying. But definitely showing up this season, I think. I think definitely contender for the Mr. Irrelevant award as well. His soldier has been fantastic this year, and we really saw his junk there. Getting those picks and the mines were kind of huge from him in that fight. So I think a little bit of a sleeper on the Axolotls there. So I'm interested to see what he does more this series, as well as now Mikey being back from his match. So coming in ready to play.
And we'll have a caster rotation. War's PC is back and running. So I think War will be taking my spot, and I'll go back to my Void. 1 second here.
War co-cast, huge.
As soon as he joins, I'll head out. Maybe. All right, there's War. I shall take my leave.
Thank you, Fedora, for coming in here, being a fantastic caster as always. and welcome more.
Thank you so much. This is such an abrupt welcome as my PC was physically not working as of about 3 seconds ago, and I just got it turned back on, and now it is working, and this is crazy.
Let me invite you here to the game so we can get you in.
What have I missed?
Going on right now? But...
Yeah. What have I missed so far? Is there like a summary?
So right now the games are 1-1, with the Axolotls winning on Kings Row and the Gorp Gamers winning on Ilios, both of which were Axolotl map picks. We do have Mikey just now coming back from a Pizza Pirates game, so Mikey is now available. He wasn't able to play the last 2 maps, and we will see him coming in here on Havana, which I think is a map pretty favored for the Gorp Gamers here, with Elliot, etc., well known for the hit scan role, as well as Season 3 MVP. I think like 3 or 4 times All-Star Mikey, just All-Pro, All-Star, all the things. Fantastic player. So I think it's kind of up to the Axolotls here. They're gonna be playing a little bit on the back foot, but I want to see what they're able to do into this kind of first real challenge, I think, of the series.
First real challenge of the series. I like the way you phrased that, and I think that I believe I was trying to watch it on the side there on my phone. They didn't play Frobel in the first map, correct?
They did not. That is
yeah.
correct.
Okay, so they were kind of playing hindered too, and now Frobel is in, Yeetmeister's in. Obviously, they have an amazing rest of their lineup in, so it feels like they're kind of coming in now and showing their true lineup here. So I think this match is going to be, even though it's not like the final match, it's not going to be the match that's going to win it all because the series is 1-1. I think this match is going to tell who gets the advantage, and I think the winner of this match, it becomes infinitely more likely to win the entire series.
Yeah, and I for one am excited. I was talking with Fedora in the last map in particular, but I think the name of the match is definitely Chaos, right? Both of these teams kind of chaotic players, and I'm kind of looking to see what team best utilizes their flanking pomp weird shenanigans and how they can best use that to kind of catch the other team off guard.
Yeah, and also, just before we hop into this game, we do have another game going on, the Ringers versus the Quokkas. The Ringers are up 2-1 on the Quokkas right now. Just want to update the audience on that. I believe there's a few streams there if you want to check those out, but you could also stay here for this amazing action because it is 1-1 and it is very close in this map.
Yeah, we will see the Gorp Gamers going for that double shield look with a Torb. In fact, I've never really seen Elliot Torb, so I'm a little excited. Oh no, he does make the switch to Widow here.
Okay.
For Havana, but I think it's definitely going to be a little bit tough for the Axolotls here with this Mercy Baptiste Reinhardt comp against double shield, because normally if you're playing the Reinhardt against double shield, you really want to take that space, get up in their face, but it's going to be a little tough, so we'll see what the Axolotls can get done.
It looks like they're going to play sneaky off the start. They're kind of camping off to the right side here, kind of denying space with the Mei. Great job by Strudels, as Frudels finds a pick already onto ETC. Flamdog does get the res, but Frudels also trades out Flamdog, so the Axolotls with an early advantage, and they're playing very, very close to the enemy spawn, so if any of their players get picked, they're going to have to back up, they're going to have to retreat, but it's a great fight so far. Speedy takes down Frudels though. Early, both lamps used from both Baptistes there, and I believe that the Axolotls are going to be down a few members here, and that may open up the gate for the opposing team to push.
Yeah, and a lot of big picks by Frudels there, but a little bit of that weakness of that kind of a common defense strat here on Havana, that close door hold. You don't normally expect a full hold for the series, but you definitely want to try to chunk out as much time as you can, right? But what's a little tough for the Axolotls here is there's a lot of these late picks coming out by the Gorp Gamers, and the respawn is pretty far. But as I say that, a lot of Frobel gets 2, and the res comes out by Mania Moon. So Axolotls now taking advantage of these picks, and Strudel is just going insane on the Hanzo character.
Yeah, Strudel's going absolutely insane. Mini Moon pops the Velk, tries to go in to cause a little bit of chaos, and it seems like even though they do have a few ults built up, the Gorp Gamer Syndicate have not really gotten much. They're going to use the Widow ult right there to kind of mark out players, identify where they are. Window comes out from the Baptiste, and it seems like it's just kind of like a stalemate around the cart right now. Not really much happening, but etc. putting a stop to that stalemate, getting a pick onto the enemy Hanzo. Yeetmeister goes down. Mania Moon gets the pick up, but it's going to be the Sig ult that comes out. He finds 3. He's going to get a few drop down there as Crazy Flames gets Frutals, and now it's going to be a very dominant push from the Gorp Gamer Syndicate here.
And well done by Strudel there, kind of not letting them get those staggers killed by running onto the payload and just being a general nuisance, so that the Axolotls aren't really as staggered out as they could have been. A lot of ults forced by the Gorps that fight with Flux, Widow Sights, you can say what you will about that, and Frosty's Window, but not a whole lot to answer for the Axolotls here. They will have, and Elliot finds another big pick. Oh, and that's Big Dragon forces out Lamp by Riddle Dog. As Bongo comes out by Crazy Flames. They're looking for these picks on the Axolotls, and Yeet is caught out on that bust.
Yeah, but looks like Frobel utilizes Hog ult right there to kind of create some chaos. Mania Moon gets the res onto Yeet there, and Frutals takes out ETT, but Frutals gets traded back, and basically immediately right there, Frobel finds one onto Frosty as Mikey finally gets one on Yeetmeister. Picks are going basically left and right now, and it very, very even between both teams as Flamdog finds one. Strudel using the Hanzo Dragon right there, not really able to find that much, and it's a very, very even fight between both these teams right now.
And yeah, like you said, right now we're just seeing a lot of controlled chaos. Both teams getting these picks back and forth, playing on different areas of the map. It will end up working out better for this double shield comp as the Gorp Gamers end up capping first with a pretty solid time bank. It looks like Yeetmaster will match the Orisa here, swapping out that Reinhardt, kind of tough to play into, as Dragon is then committed by Mikey, trying to take this high ground from them, get the supports kind of alone there by the Axolotls. Riddle Dog in trouble, but will get up onto high ground in safety.
Yeah, I think retaking high ground's huge, but with high ground, you really have to be worried about etc. in the distance, and also Speedy in the distance. As Speedy finds one onto Riddle, and now it's going to be an advantage for one team, but the advantage quickly turns around to the Axolotls' favor as Frobel and Strudel both find one there, and it looks like the Gorp Gamers are kind of on the back foot now as Frobel's looking to just get in right there. He finds one onto Mikey, just playing angles right now, creating chaos within the other teams. You said the name of this game is going to be Chaos, and Frobel's doing a great job of kind of creating this chaos, moving around the map, and just really splitting up this offense from the Gorp Gamer Syndicate.
So as we see now the regroup by the Gorp Gamers, let's head into their comms and see what they might try to engage in this fight. But the fight already started, so maybe we'll look at the next one. But Flux is brought out by Speedy, and the early pick on Flamdog is kind of tough with Elliot then falling to Riddle Dog on the Baptiste. Riddle Dog finding Mikey as well. That's both DPS players down for the Gorp Gamers. Opting to switch to that Cassidy as Riddle Dog is just being the harm assist.
Look at the ultimates built up by the Axolotls right now. They basically have everything but Frobel's ultimate, and with only a minute left on the Gorp Gamers Syndicate's time bank right now, I really don't know what they're going to do. They do have the Orisa ult. They're going to be able to build up a few more ults, as well as the fact that they have the Baptiste ult, but they're going to need to find some huge picks here if they want to do something. It seems like Dragon is going to be invested here by Strudel, not really able to find much. Lab comes out by Baptiste, and looks like they're just looking to find something within this fight as Frutals finds 2 with the Sticky Grenade. Yeetmeister follows up with the counter onto the enemy Orisa, and that's just going to be a clean team wipe from the Axolotls right there.
Alright, and let's jump into the comms of the Gorp Gamers here, as this is now last fight territory.
That shit, no fucking way, bro.
Just pop every L. Just let it be left.
Hog
Nice
one.
flash. Hog, hog, hog.
Hog so low.
Brick lap.
Lamp dead.
Hog one.
Give me touch. Make sure we're on. Tracer dead.
Ready to break bongo?
Bongo dead. I'm just on card here.
I'm gonna flex this. Alright, Mercy, come on.
Side attack. Alright, and we saw a big team fight win there when needed by the Gorp gamers as now trying to vie for this payload, but the Axolotls still have that high ground, killing Mikey. Kinda could go either way here as the Gorp gamers are now stuck on their payload with overtime slowly ticking.
Yeah, and it looks like a few trades are gonna go both ways. Riddle Dog finds one, and Mania Moon gets the res out there. It's just gonna be Speedy left. What can Speedy do? Can he solve for time? No, he cannot. And that will end it right there. Now it's gonna be the Axolotls' turn to go on the offensive, and with that great defense right there, I feel like I'd be pretty confident if I was the Athens Axolotls.
Yeah, I would agree. I think they definitely did really well. I mean, of course, their full hold at the doors was, you know, it chunked some time out, and they were able to bring it back too. They held for a really long time at the end of that first point. Sorry, I got a chat message there. But you know, I think the tough thing for the Axolotls here is now defense is a lot easier to play hit scan. It's just kind of how it is, and you know, etc. Kind of known for his Widowmaker. Mikey kind of known for his Cassidy. We will see the Flom Dog Mercy there to try to support it, but Elliot actually vying for the Mei instead. They're also going to try this door hold strategy, where if Strudel and Frudels are both staying on this dual hit scan, it might be kind of tough for them to break out of their spawn. So we'll see how this works. We do see it does look like they're sneaking over now, trying to stay out of the sights, as we can see that crouch walk gaming. But I think there's definitely good. Oh, but they get spotted. The swap to Bastion and Farah, they know.
They 100% know the Far is able to escape through there, cause some chaos, and now it's going to be the Gorp gamers on the back foot. They tried to pull off something big, not really able to find anything as Frudels picks up one, Frobel picks up another, and now they're going to be down 3 at this point. It's just Yeetmeister running in with the hammer, trading basically everything. Lamp is invested by his teammates, but I don't know if they even needed it there, as they just get basically a clean wipe, and they're going to be able to take some primary control of this payload.
And that is not what you want if you're the Gorp gamers. Already now having to make these swaps, giving up ult charge, and just kind of feeding into those ult banks of the, well, I say as they then swap both their DPS players going back to what they were playing. But again, that kind of hold, you want to try to chunk as much time as possible. And a big hook by Frobel on Mikey, and Frudel's pick on Elliot, although there is the res there. Big start into the this next fight for the Axolotls, as Frudel's once again really showing up on this Widowmaker today.
Frudel's doing the unexpected. Elliot known for his super dominant defenses, and even with the pocket, he's just getting shut down by Frudels there. If you're Frudels, you gotta be absolutely ecstatic, because what you're doing is you're just basically creating space, taking down 1 DPS every single fight, and just as I say that, Elliot trades back onto Frudels, and the res comes out both ways, so it looks like it's kind of going even between Frudels and Elliot, as Frudels does find one there. I don't think the res is going to come back, so now there's going to be an advantage for Athens Axolotls, as they have 5 minutes on their time bank, and they only need to push the payload a little bit farther here.
Yeah, definitely a very quick 0.1 capture by that Alonzo. And Frudel's just putting in work on this Widowmaker today. Absolutely insane. As the ults start coming out by the Athens Axolotls, they want to win this fight quickly, and they want to win it, the match. Big shatter by Yeetmeister there does end up getting Speedy and Strudel in that back end, finding Elliot at the end of the round, and I don't think it's contestable. I think we're looking at Mikey if maybe he could make a hero play, but I don't think, well, not if the Axolotls all get off the cart.
Not if the Axolotls all get on the cart, but Frobel coming in, trying to stop them, trying to cause some chaos here. They are able to get on the cart with just barely some time left. Sigma invest ultimate right there. Actually able to find one onto Riddle Dog, but Yeetmeister trades back. ETC also putting in work as the Tracer. They made the switch and it's going to pay off. But Riddle Dog was res there. All they need to do is win this fight, and the Athens Axolotls have this, but the Gorp Gamer Syndicate does not want to go down here. They want to win this escort map. It's Crazy Flames just trying to stay on, but no! He accidentally just slides off there. The slight C9, and the Athens Axolotls take game 3.
And that's a map that I would have had heavily pegged for the Gorp Gamers. I think Frutal's definitely showing up a lot on that DPS role there. I mean, again, a map picked by the Gorp Gamers, in fact, and I think Frutal's, again, I'm singing his praises, but I think it's well-deserved. I think today, really showing up, getting these, getting those headshot picks as Widowmaker, and the whole team as a whole, recognizing that spawn door camp coming out and making that switch to the Bastion character as well as Pharah, just to get that fast win and not letting themselves get held at the doors as they did to the Gorp Gamers. So now with it being 2-1 for the Axolotls, it will once again be a Gorp map pick. And if you were them, where would you take the Axolotls?
Well, 2 CP was vetoed here, as per the usual. I mean, we kind of expect that at this point. But, oh, I don't know. You really need a place where you can kind of enable Mikey and etc. And I feel like Widowmaker hasn't actually been working out as well as we expected it to for etc. here. So I would really play into a place where you can utilize this Mikey Tracer, and I'm gonna just flip the question back to you. I think they really need to focus on shutting down Frobel, shutting down Yeetmeister, and making sure they have a very solid team competition going into this hybrid map now. So, what do you think would be best for that in this case?
So, if I were the Gorp Gamers and I did not have insider information, I would think about a Numbani map pick, right? Speedy, pretty good on the Winston, as well as Amelia really showed up in that 1v1 against Yeet, which, you know, again, really close map there for on the King's Row. So what I would say, Numbani, right?
Yeah.
But from what I've heard, Frobel Adam Overwatch attests to the fact that he believes that Numbani is their best map. So I think so they will choose Eichenwald, which I think is going to be really strong for Mikey, at least. Put him on the Echo. He'll be able to take those long engages, get the gas flowing, you know, as they say, and we will see Amelia come back in possibly on that Reinhardt.
Yes, and just a real quick update. The Rialto Ringers have just taken down the Quebec Quackos 3-1. So, just a quick update. So, welcome anybody who, if you're just joining us, this is War. We got Flambeau Jambo. Also on the cast, we have Trey on the prod. And welcome to the Axolotls versus the Gorp Gamers. As you can probably see, the Athens Axolotls are up right now. And we got an exciting Eigenwald map coming up, right, I guess, in just a few moments.
So I believe, let me pull up my bracket here. So if the Ringers won, which again, GG's to Quackos and Ringers, they both had a great season. Hopefully we'll see if the Ringers can keep going with that. But that means that we will see the St. Michael Hawks and the Rialto Ringers in the match 5 here next week. So again, both these teams, the Axolotls and Gorp Gamers Syndicate, are currently playing to go against the Cantolopes. So both very scary teams to have to go against, I think. So you know, we'll see what can happen. I'm gonna let them know that we are ready in the chat.
Awesome.
And hopefully we can head on into the game.
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna kind of reiterate what you just said. I mean, personally, if I was any other team, I'd be scared of the St. Michael Hawks. That's a pretty cool team if I do say so myself. Maybe a little bit biased.
Their Lucio player is kind of insane. I
Dude,
don't
I
know where
heard.
they found that guy, but I mean, kind of crazy, kind of goated at the stakes.
Imagine if he got taken out of Mercy Jail. I feel like he'd be so much better. That'd be just some hints. I mean, this is just my analysis as a caster. All I'm saying that guy probably a pretty crazy Lucio player, but it looks like we're gonna have Muffin Lamps on the Lucio and Riddle Dog on the BAP for the Athens Axolotls as some strategic jumping off the map here, maybe to outplay the other team in some sort of way by Fruitles. Yeah, okay. So maybe they just jumped off the map as Doomfist just to like psych them out, and now they're switching to Cassidy. Is that a strategy?
It's the advanced strategy, right?
Okay.
Now the Gorp gamers are thinking, oh, they're Doomfist, so we'll go Pharah and Echo. But they don't know. They don't know, chat. Fruitles swapped on over to the Cassidy and Frobble onto the Hog. It's going... They simply don't know.
How would they know? There's no way that they could know, and this is some huge brain plays coming out from the Axolotls. We'll see if it actually pays off, as I think the Gorp Gamer Syndicate is now realizing, oh, there's no Doomfist. There's actually a character that can counter us, but the fact that there is going to be Mikey and etc. both in the air, that's going to be a lot of tall task for Fruitles on the Cassidy right now, as we see some first picks being traded out here. Amelia is actually shut down right there by Heatmeister, and it's going to be the advantage to the Athens Axolotls so far, and we'll see if the Gorp Gamers look to make any early switches here.
Just some huge hooks by Frobble there. The guy's pretty insane on the Hog character, and finds 3 kills there. I know in the kill feed it didn't say him for a lot of those, but each one was a hook assist, and it's kind of going to be up to him here to try to hook those the Pharah and the Echo out of the sky, because while they do have Brutal's very good hit scan player, and they do have Riddle Dog who can hit those shots, they're also running a Reaper and a Reinhardt, right? So that could be the main reason why the Gorp Gamers are coming out on Pharah Echo, because they know he wants to play that Reinhardt. They know Mighty Dwarf wants to play the Reaper or the Junkrat, so... Ooh, and the Fruitles comes out with the solo Deadeye, killing Elliot, and now in the back line, trying to find these picks. As Mikey trying to hunt down Riddle Dog, but he's got the schmoves and will escape. Frosty does find Fruitles on the escape, but it will be a pretty one-sided affair overall for the Axolotls.
Yeah, one-sided affair, but a few ultimates have been built up for the Gorp Gamer Syndicate. I believe that's going to be all of the tank ults, all the DPS ults, and basically, Mercy ult as well, just going to take over right there. So this is a lot of firepower for the Gorp Gamers here, and I'm hoping they're going to invest some of these in this next fight. Goes for the Flux, actually finds both supports with that. That means Muffin Lab's going to have to use the beat there, and ETC trying to find anything, actually takes down Fruitles with the barrage right there, but the Athens Axolotls are holding strong. Frobel finds one, and they weren't actually that closely tight with their push there, and it looks like the Athens Axolotls just staying together, playing a very smart gameplay. Ball invests the mines right there, not really able to find much. The Shatters also invested,
he does clear them.
Yeah, he does clear.
And we're just in a continuous fight. The Gorps are back fast. They know that Frobel's gone. They know that Muffin has invested the beat, and they are hunting down these Axolotls to try to get this point. Riddle does fall to the ball and etc. They're on point, and Brutal's the Deadeye does get slept. That's Mighty Dwarf commits the ult, does find 3. With the dupe included, Frobel finding Elliot and Fruitles finding Mikey, and it's a big switch around by the Axolotls.
That was massive right there by Mighty Dwarf, but also massive by Crazy Flames, just hopping in, creating some chaos. Another Mines invested. It's crazy that he's able to build up his ultimate that fast. He wants to be able to make his team reset, but Frobel says, no, there's no way you can do that, as him and Mighty Dwarf kind of shut down Crazy Flames. Mikey's jumping in now, trying to also create some chaos, and now the rest of the Gorp Gamer Syndicate is back, and it's a pretty even fight right here, but Mighty Dwarf instantly shuts down Amelia as well. Nano is invested right there, and let's see if they're able to find anything with it. Not able to get much here. Only 10 seconds left, and it looks like the Axolotls have a very strong hold right now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of down and out for the Gorp gamers there. They do get those last second touch, but definitely a solid win condition for the Axolotls once again on a map picked by the Gorp gamers.
Yeah, the Axolotls right now, I don't know what it is, if it's their their team comps, these crazy strategies like, let's just have Doomfist jump off the map to prank the other team. But whatever it is working. And speaking of comms, do you want to actually get a chance to hop in with the Athens Axolotls comms? I know we've hopped in with the GGS comms, but I feel like it'd be nice to see the other side of the tail, see what crazy strategies they're going to try to pull off on offense.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I hate the prod! I hate the prod! The prod sucks!
The prod.
Yo! Literally, dude, the bike is like okay.
Oh, and we are back right here, and maybe some good strategies invested there. I guess we're not sure because we aren't actually able to hear it, but it's looking like we're gonna have Frutals on the Widowmaker again. Actually, yeah, Frutals on the Widowmaker again, and then Mighty Dwarf on the Reaper character that he was so dominant with before. So we're gonna see, can the Gorp gamers, they have a really tall task ahead of them right here, just trying to hold out the Athens Axolotls. So hopefully they're gonna be able to make it work here as we head in.
Apparently the comms
map.
were just loud, according to our prod team. And I'm sorry anyone in the chat who maybe heard something we did not. But here we go, already going in. The rush, Frobble gets hooked early by Amelia. Oh, but you know what? You know what time it is for?
What time is it?
It's time for Frobble to get his remake kill.
Oh, it is time for Frabble to get his remake kill. He is probably gonna look for it here, and even if he gets DMAC'd, in my opinion, Baby D.Va is honestly gotta be stronger than D.Va. Like, so I mean, you gotta look for it here. He does get DMAC'd right there, as well as 2 of his teammates getting taken down. So maybe not the ideal start to the map, but some early confidence given to the Gorp gamers.
This is the effect, the etc. Elliott effect. Right now on the Ashe with that Mercy Pocket, chunking in the damage this round, finding those picks, already 80% to a Bob, right? Gonna be a lot harder for the Athens Axolotls to push into this. But they, ooh, as I say, a good charge into Amelia. Muffin does get picked off. And there's the remake kill!
Yes. There it is! That was absolutely crazy by Frabble sneaking in the back line on basically 1 HP, finding that remake right there. He's going to be going crazy as Frutals and Mighty Dwarf both respectively find one. I'm focusing on Frabble here as he just dominates, and that's going to be the win for the Athens Axolotls. GG's right there.
Alright, and definitely a great showing by both teams. I'm boomed. I said it would be a 5-map series, and I was wrong. But we got the remet kill. We had a really back and forth maps, I think, for both teams. I think they both definitely showed up today. It's a shame that the Gorp Gamer Syndicates no longer in the playoffs, but we can look forward to the Axolotls and Cantaloupes match coming in next week. So, War, I mean, we like to choose our match MVP. I know you weren't here the whole time, but I have a few suggestions. It's up to you if you well, you can tell me yay or nay for some of these. If I were to choose, I'm looking at Frutals. I think definitely showed up today. His Widowmaker in the first map, as well as Ana Havana, was definitely, I think, very proficient, as well as getting those picks on King's Row. Pretty insane. We could also look in the, I would say, I mean, Yeetmeister, always a presence on the battlefield, and even off-rolled on that first map. So, you know, definitely willing to play all around. And of course, we can always look at Frobble. I think one of the main playmakers on the Axolotls there, but I think his little shenanigans on the hog and the remet kill, with granted some recency bias on that one, a big motivator for the Axolotls to just try to play as a team, get together, and really win it out. So it's kind of up to you there if you want to, if you have any preferences.
Prod would also like to throw Mighty Dwarf in the hat.
Oh, true.
Mighty Dwarf did do some magic on both King's Row and the third map. Absolutely pounded on the Reaper and the Junkrat hero, so I'd like to just shout out him right there.
Yeah, and of course, all these players for the Athens Axolotls are absolutely insane. I mean, them as a team were just looking so dominant. But if I had to choose one, I would probably have to go with Frutals, just because it felt like in every single map it was just pure dominance. He was able to kind of shut down the DPSs we were worried about from the Gorp gamers basically on every map they played, and then obviously they had that huge brain Doomfist play to jump off the map, and then he switched to Cass, and then it was just absolutely crazy from there. I mean, I would give it to him if you both are okay with that.
I am very okay with that.
Yep.
And we will go into lounge in the Gopherwatch League for our post-match interview. Frutals,
Hello?
congratulations on your win today against the Gorp Gamer Syndicate and for winning the match MVP.
Wowee, that's crazy.
So we have a few questions for you. At least I have a few, and I think
I do too. 100%.
I love answering questions.
Yes, good. Because we are going to milk out this interview as long as we can for content.
Content.
So the first question that I have for you is, how does it feel to pick up the Widowmaker and just be so dominant with relative ease?
Yes.
All right, good answer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great, amazing answer.
My team made a lot of space, like especially on Ilios. Riddle was on the ball a lot of the time, and we kind of learned from like the last match against the Gorp Gamer Syndicate that kind of just like, if you run over the enemy Widowmaker, then I won't have to worry about it, you know?
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we could definitely tell that too. And I think it was, I think we commented a little bit on the first map, but you guys definitely had that coordination down. You were all able to kind of shut down their big playmakers, and you were just in that back line getting those picks, making those moves, and it was just a joy to watch. It really was.
Thank you.
Right. I can take a question. Yeah. Oh, whose idea was it to do the Doom Fist and fall off the map and swap to Cassidy? Like, whose idea was that? Because that was genius. I saw that and I'm like, oh my gosh, if they swap right now, that's gonna be crazy. And then you swapped and it was like, what?
I don't know. Frumble was doing a silly. He locked in ball at the beginning and was just like, don't worry about it. And he jumped off, and I was already on Doom, and I'm like, I'll join him. I'll join him. Don't worry about it.
So
yeah.
I will say it worked out very well for you guys, because you actually baited. I don't know, maybe you baited him, or maybe they just swapped, but they swapped to Farah because they saw a Doom and Ball die in the kill cam. So
yeah, they rolled out with a double flyer. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it was intentional, maybe it wasn't. I'm sure it was very intentional that you guys were aware that they would swap to double flyer because of the early game kill. So,
I completely regard what I said earlier. It was completely intentional. We read up on our opponents, and we knew that would get into their heads.
All right, yep. I have one more real question before I let War ask our question, our normal
final question.
Final question.
Yeah.
But I have so a lot of your team, very very PMA, love to play together, everything like that. How would you recommend your team dynamics are, especially when you're doing some of those like goofy, hog shenanigans? The remake kill is always, a big thing everyone looks forward to, and really just moving all the people around. Like you had some Yeetmeister DPS, Riddle Dog tank, like all these sort of just wacky things that really, works, which is why it's amazing. So how do you think that kind of that positive environment can really help, really helps your team, and how that dynamic is working for you guys?
I mean, that's clearly working pretty well, I'd say. I mean, it helps a lot. Like we're all kind of we're goofing off and gaffing when when we are, but we play pretty seriously, and it makes it a lot easier to like to do those like kind of risky plays because that you can fall back on your teammates. Like you have that trust net, that you can fall back on, and it really like helps. Like a lot of the time, I'll do like something stupid, like I'll be in the back line and I'll get picked, and it kind of helps the mental that like everyone is able to like stay up and encourage each other. So yeah.
No leaks. I'm just gonna ask one more quick question. You don't feel free to completely ignore this if you don't want to reveal anything. But obviously, as you know, you're gonna be going up against the Cantaloupes in the next match. You trying to bring the same energy? You kind of trying to bring that same chaos, or is it gonna be more of this like refined gameplay, more of team strategies? What should we expect at least?
Expect us to play Overwatch.
Okay, that works. All right, and then we'll bring in the final question, the question we always gotta ask at the end of any Gopherwatch League broadcast. If you weren't given MVP, who on your team deserves MVP?
Oh my goodness. I want to say everyone, obviously, like that.
Okay.
I feel like every Axolotl MVP has said that at one point. I just gotta bring it in, but I gotta give it to Yeet. I gotta give it to Yeet this time. I don't know. On King's Row is just kind of mesmerizing, and that sticks out in my brain.
It always is.
Yeah, that just is ingrained in my brain. It was inspirational gameplay on King's Row from Yeet. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
And he was my DPS duo as well in the first map. So.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Kind of popped off there.
Yeah, true.
But thank you so much for the interview. I'm looking forward to watching the Axolotls Cantaloupes next week. I don't pick favorites, but if anyone wants to look at my name in the Gopherwatch League, they're very well able to. But as for the stream today, big thank you to NicoFan7 Trey on the prod, coming in clutch last second. Big thanks to Fedora as well, Connor, coming in for the first few maps and sticking around and always being here and helpful for us, especially me as I'm a newer caster. And a big thanks for War for making it out here, fixing his PC in record time to be able to join and co-cast with me today. And I'm just glad everyone was able to have a good time watching good performances here tonight, and hopefully we'll see you all next week.
Neko, not Nico.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.